An ancient tunnel discovered under the Egyptian desert may lead archaeologists to Cleopatra's lost tomb. The 4,300-foot-long tunnel is cut into rock underneath a temple that's dedicated to Osiris, that's the god of death, near Alexandria. The tunnel, which carried water to thousands of people, was found by a team led by Kathleen Martinez, an archaeologist from the University of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. She spent the last 20 years searching for the burial site of Cleopatra, who died in 30 BC, along with her Roman lover, Mark Antony. The tunnel, which the Egyptian tourism ministry called a geometric miracle, is the latest clue in her search. The tunnel leads to the Mediterranean Sea and sunken structures. Now, Martinez's next step is to search these structures for the lost tomb. Now, previous finds at the site included coins featuring Cleopatra and Alexander the Great, a statue of the goddess Isis, a mummy with a gold tongue, and Greco-Roman style mummies.
We found one of the most beautiful tombs here. We call it Ni Hesud Ba. Back to the Old Kingdom, 5th dynasty, 4,400 years old. He got a lot of different titles. Titles for the daily life and titles for the life after death, or what we call it, religious titles. Inside the tomb, we found all the daily life scenes, like harvest, like cultivating, like musical band, musical instruments, a guy who's playing the flute and stuff like that. Anyhow, it's a very, very important tomb. This guy, he used to work like a high priest for the goddess Ma'at, and also priest of god Horus, and he was the supervisor of digging canals for irrigation. And also, he got the title of the chief of the writers. During our excavations, we found another tomb up there, Min Khibr Ra'a, back to the New Kingdom, 18th dynasty. We talk about 3,400 years old. Inside that tomb, we found the most beautiful statue over there, and he used to say that I used to work for the time of the king Thutmose III and Thutmose IV.
Archaeologists in Egypt have announced new discoveries at the Saqqara necropolis, south of the capital, Cairo. The new discoveries include 2 human and animal embalming workshops, as well as the tombs of 2 priests. We found 2 big workshops, one for human and then used in mummifying animals, while the second workshop is for humans. We also found beds, mummification tools and materials. During the excavation, we also found a tomb that belonged to Ne Esut Ba, who served the 5th dynasty of the Old Kingdom, 4,500 years ago. Recently, Egypt has unveiled a string of major archaeological discoveries. The discoveries have been a key component of Egypt's attempts to revive its vital tourism industry. This is the first time we have discovered an embalming workshop associated with the temples. All the previous embalming workshops were related to Apis in Memphis. That means it is an important discovery to have found an embalming workshops here in Saqqara. We also found many statues representing the masterpieces of the art in the Old Kingdom, which date back 4,500 years. And we also discovered antiquities and pieces dating back 3,300 years that represent the New Kingdom. The crowning jewel of the government strategy is the long-delayed inauguration of the Grand Egyptian Museum at the foot of the pyramids in Giza. Egypt aims to draw in 30 million tourists a year by 2028, up from 13 million before the COVID pandemic.
The coffin lid was unsealed and ever so carefully lifted off. Inside, a perfectly intact mummy, wrapped in fabric with a bit of skull showing.
Listen, Molly.
Tell me.
I'm very happy, I'm very proud of this discovery.
Dr. Mustafa Waziri led the Egyptian team that discovered the coffins. His team was digging in the area, but not for that. First, someone spotted a painted wooden face.
So they went to the east, they said, yeah, this is the beginning of one out of 18 wooden coffins. How deep? They said it's only 3 feet. Then I came with the Minister of Antiquities, quickly take those 18 coffins away. And then beneath them, there were 12 another coffins. They were like that.
So two layers.
2 layers, exactly like this.
The 2 layers of coffins, 30 in all, including 2 children, hidden in a cachette to protect from thieves and looting. Also protected from the elements, blues, greens, and reds, vibrant 3,000 years later.
Look at the edges of the lid and base.
Yeah.
No missing pieces. It means no termites, which is the termites, they were the most dangerous.
Termites love wood.
Love what? Of course.
Now the work begins. Who were these people? Archaeologists know they were powerful, fairly certain they were priests. But what did they die of, and are there more nearby?
Just in front of one of the most famous temples in the Valley of the Kings, those mummies were found almost right in front, just a few hundred yards that way. But the entire thing is basically an active excavation site. Check it out over there. And archaeologists say they haven't even found half of what might be buried here.
Dr. Waziri puts that number lower. He believes they've only found a third of what might exist. Still out there, the much sought-after tomb of Queen Nefertiti.
Congratulations.
So today they celebrate, feeding hope for the next big discovery.
I'm very happy, Molly, that we found this discovery with Egyptian hands.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Molly Hunter, NBC News, Luxor, Egypt.
أحد التوابيت الخشبية إحنا وبنفتحه لقينا ولأول مرة بردية كاملة مغلقة. بسرعة البردية دي طلعت على المتحف المصري في التحرير عشان في حاجة اسمها تعقيم وترطيب، ثم يبدأوا يفكوها والدراسات اللازمة. لكن أغلب الظن البردية دي زيها زي باقي البرديات اللي اكتشفت من 100 سنة وأكتر، اللي بتتكلم على كتاب البوابات وكتاب الموتى.